What is up guys, Sharpwind here, and today I promised you a Bendable Extrusions tutorial. Now, everything was going so well and great until I remembered. Mine-Imator has a new bending system. Okay, now, this method still works, but only to some extent. Translation? It breaks. To sum up, it works, but not completely. So don't expect too much. Before I begin the video, I want to encourage you to drop a like on this video and hit the subscribe button for more tutorials like this, and I will try to make them more often than I do right now. Sorry, I'm a busy person. Also, if you have any tutorials you want to see, drop them in the comments below and I'll be sure to make them as soon as people vote on it. By the way, if you want to vote for it, you can join my Discord server and vote for your own tutorial to get featured on this channel. And again, I'll try to make them more often as I do right now. With that on the side, let's get on the tutorial. So, I'm gonna start by importing a person, giving him a skin of someone you all know. Yes, it's Notch. So this guy has the Mojang logo on the back, and I wanna make this Mojang logo extruded. See, one problem with this guy is, if I bend him, logo would split. So I wanna show you exactly how you can fix that, partially. So usually when you make 3D extrusions, you would use an item sheet, right? So let's try that first. I want to open my item sheets folder and just copy this plain old regular item sheet onto my desktop. I want to call it Notch Item Sheet. I want to open this up with Paint.net. Paint.net is a free program which supports layers and transparency and is great for making textures for Mine-Imator. If you want to edit images, use Paint.net because you need transparency and layers. You can use GIMP or any other software as an alternative, but I suggest Paint.net. I want to open up Notch's skin in Paint.net as well. And as you see, I want this logo extruded. So what I want to do is I want to copy this thing and I want to paste it in the first bracket of the square. Now I simply want to take an eraser. Be sure to turn off anti-aliasing because that just ruins the image. If I demonstrate right here, you see you get semi-transparent pixels. We don't want that. Turn this off to get normal colors. Simply remove the red. This is it. And if I get rid of these brackets here too and save this image as a PNG. Now open up Mine-Imator and import an item, browse for the image, which is going to be the Notch item sheet. Now select the first item, call it logo, lock this onto his body. Okay, so upon positioning this on his back, we get something like this. So this clearly isn't the result we want. Okay, I know what you're thinking. How about we lock it on the lower half and then raise it up by exactly 6 pixels? Well, we get a similar result, which is not something we want. So I want to show you an alternative method on how you would usually fix this, but the new update ruined it. So as you see, Notch has 1 pixel of space above the logo and 2 pixels of space below the logo. Actually no, there's 3 pixels because of this lower line. This is still part of the body. Altogether, that makes 12 pixels. That's the height of the body. 12 pixels. Remember this number. Now if I copy this item and paste it in the next item frame, like they're on the same place, don't worry about that now. And I want to split this item into 2 separate items. You know what I mean. 12 pixels, the middle is 6. So if we count down, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. The first 6 pixels are this upper half, up until this point, because the body is yay big. So the first 6 pixels are the upper half. To avoid any other glitching, I want to take the first 7 pixels and simply delete the rest. So those are the first 7 pixels. From the bottom up, I also want to take 7 pixels. So come back here, see 3 pixels on the bottom. So let's count that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So I want to leave those bottom 7 up to this point. So I want to delete this upper part. Those are the top 7 pixels. Those are the bottom 7 pixels. So if I save this as an item sheet now and come into the logo, open up resources, click the item sheet and press this button to replace the selected source with a new item and select the same image. So now this upper image is here and I need the second item, which I'm gonna call logo 2, select the image and the lower item and put this logo 2 on. I actually messed it up because this one was supposed to be on the lower half, this one was supposed to be on the upper half. So I want to fix the positions first. So I got this upper part of the logo, which is locked to the upper part of the body, and this lower part of the logo, which is locked to the lower part of the body. So if I bend the body now, It's almost perfect, but as you see, we still get this little glitch as a transition. That was the main problem before. One way we could fix that now would be to modify the skin. In here, I have the 1.8 skin template, so if I zoom in, I can't see it well. I'm just gonna open it in Paint.net. If you zoom in here, as you see, this is the body layer, and this is your body layer on notch right here. So this is the body layer. If I want to make an overlay body layer, it's actually positioned down here, so right below the body. This is the 4 pixel margin for the upper and the bottom half, so minus 4 pixels here, 1, 2, 3, 4. And this lower section should be reserved for the overlay of the body. I want to select this part of the body, copy it, and paste it. I do want to take into account this 4 pixel margin, so 1, 2, 3, 4. This is where your body should be. Now I simply want to delete everything except this logo. So this logo should be extruded now, but I don't want the logo on the original image, so I want to cut that out. Okay, something like this will do. Now if I save this image and come back to Sir Marcus Notch, where is he? The Steve dude. I want to browse for a skin again and simply browse for the notch, and it will be updated, and as you see, you get this little overlay thing. What I want to do now is adjust my logo. So if I resize it like so, I think 1.62 will do in my case. I think 1.62 is good. And the bottom one, 1.6, what? 1.062. Yeah, 1.062. Don't get confused. Put both of my logos a bit inwards so they don't cover up the mask. Try to be as precise as possible. Now I get the same extrusion. Whoa, why is? Okay, I think I messed up with the skin, but you get my point. So if I were to bend the body now, I extruded too much. 1 second. Okay, I see the problem. This overlay of the body is so tightly close to the new bending, so it kind of, I don't know, it just goes away. Let's try something else then. Let's open up the item sheets again, and let's take out one of these pixels, because they are overlapped, but only for 1 pixel. You don't need the 2 pixel overlap thing. So let's just save that. We just took out 1 pixel. Yeah, we got a similar result here. Like, we do get 1 pixel of gap, and I really don't know how to fix this. It's almost perfect, but then again, I mean, if you're doing some far away action, which you're not gonna see, and only zoom in on him closer when you're not gonna be able to see the glitching, then you're on the go. But this doesn't look too functional. Wait, I want to give it more of an extrusion. Then this becomes more obvious, and this just doesn't work anymore. What have I done with Oblivion? 1 second. It's rigs, people, Oblivion. How did I do this with Oblivion? So this is him, and the sweater is in fact an overlay. You can take it off if you want to, but it doesn't glitch. Oh, it does if you bend it too much. Ooh, might need to fix that. Curse you, new bending system! However, I know what you're thinking right now. Like, why would you do this here? I mean, we do have the model bench, right? Balls! Here we are in Modelbench to demonstrate how this feels. New model, Steve, next, create. So in the elements here, you can see the body and the Steve, of course. Let's say I want to add a new surface, and if I open up the UV editor, let's just decide that these 3 rows of pixels are gonna be my extrusion. So this is it. I want to click on this new shape, go under material, and tick on 3D. So this is now a 3D item. You see what I've selected here? If I put this onto my Steve, saying that's an extrusion now, for some reason, I don't know why, but let's go with it. So now if I were to bend the body, this extrusion should bend with it, right? No. It just breaks and does this funny thing. This new shape just won't cooperate. So if I go to the body, I try to bend it in any way, it just kind of swallows it. And the Z, that's not the result I wanted. Let's try that with a separate body part and then make it inherit bend. So they both bend at the same time. We can customize it to make it look like it's actually bending with an extrusion, right? Let's try that. Add a new body part, call the body part extrusion. Add a new surface to that body part, and this is gonna be the same one. Tick on 3D, so that's it. Go to the body part and make it bendable, bend in all directions, so that's it. Oh, first let's set it to bend the upper part, so this is the one that's bending now. And the body has the offset of 6 and the size of 10. Let's do that here. Offset of 6, size of 10. So this should bend the same way the body does now, right? Okay, if I bend the body... Oh, it's locked to the bent half. 1 second. Extrusion, don't make it locked to the bent half. Okay, so if I bend the body 45 degrees and come into this new shape and bend that 45 degrees... Sorry, bud. There's no way to fix this. One thing you still might be wondering, though, is the pivot point. It's offset. Maybe that's the problem. Okay, let's try that again. The extrusion, no, still not. Okay, let's try to adjust it a little bit. So the offset should be, if I make the bending size 0, or at least very small, so you can see exactly where the bend is. Like, if I want to keep the extrusion same, the offset should be right here. See, this is equal to this, but then it swallows it. Let's increase the size. Yeah, no. You are going to get this, my friend. Sorry, but with the new bending system, bendable extrusions are not possible anymore. Unless you try the method I showed you before with the overlaying skin and the extruded items, but then again, it only works to some extent. It's broken. Also, if you try to rotate your character like this, it will break anyway, no matter what you do. So it's completely broken and there's currently no way that I know of that it can be fixed. Sorry, I have to disappoint you. You can only bend it the old way and it still doesn't work exactly the way it should. So this is one tutorial that simply cannot work because of the new mechanics. However, Nimi mentioned that he is fixing the model bench for the new updates because there was something bothering him with the bending. So this might be it. He might fix that in the new update so you can be able to have bendable extrusions in the model bench in the newer versions, but that's somewhere in the future. That's it. That's all I can give you on this tutorial. I hope you weren't too disappointed and I hope you learned a thing or two about mechanics, and maybe some of you will figure out how to make bendable extrusions without breaking the program. Drop a like if you enjoyed and hit the subscribe button for more tutorials which actually work. I promise I'm gonna try to make more of them than I do right now. I'm just very busy at the moment. Thank you for watching and stay sharp.